Realme's GT lineup of smartphones has been a big hit among critics and fans alike, but its more mainstream number series, well, it's a different story. With immense competition from Xiaomi last year, the Realme 8 series was a possible breaking point and a glaring reminder that Realme really needed to get its act together if it wants to stay competitive. With the new Realme 9 series, they have finally brought in a healthy upgrade over its predecessor, where the top of the line Realme 9 Pro Plus that I have with me is a specially interesting phone because they have priced it quite higher for their number series while bringing some premium features too. Anyway, one of our team members has been testing it out alongside the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge for about a month now. So let's discuss if this phone is actually worth your money or not, among other things. As usual, let's kick things off with the design and build quality. If you have already watched our unboxing and early impressions video of the Realme 9 Pro Plus, you know that we are quite fond of how well built this thing is. Not that it's a compact phone or anything, but we've had zero trouble handling it with one hand during everyday use. Furthermore, everything from its build material to button placement feels almost exactly tailored to our liking. Much to our disappointment, this is one flamboyant look though. Then again, if you like this glossy, shimmering finish, more power to you. The sunrise blue color option even has a color changing back like the one on the much expensive Vivo V23 Pro. Plus, you also get a glass back this time, which was missing on last year's Realme 7 and 8 Pro. However, this glossy panel catches fingerprints and smudges a little too easily. The side frames are also still plastic, but they do have a nice matte finish. Moving on, the Realme 9 Pro Plus brings a neat 6.4 inch Super AMOLED display with a 90Hz refresh rate and up to 360Hz dot sampling rate. It's a sweet upgrade from the plain old 60Hz refresh rate on the Realme 8 Pro, but we all know that Realme should have gone with 120Hz this time. This display also has a peak brightness of just 600 nits, which is a heck of a lot less compared to the 1000 nits of the Realme 8 Pro. We thought this was going to be a problem when using the phone outdoors, but we were pleasantly surprised. With the auto brightness turned on, the Realme 9 Pro Plus was able to maintain visibility just fine. But what's not fine, at least for someone who prefers to use dark mode all day long, is how the screen drops the contrast level way too low when hitting peak brightness levels. And for some reason, always on display does not work on our unit either. Plus, the phone has trouble handling HDR playback as well, except on YouTube. And not until very recently, we had to sideload the Netflix APK file here as we could not install it directly from Play Store. But Realme recently provided an update which fixed this issue. Nevertheless, there is still no HDR support in Netflix, and same goes with Amazon Prime Video too. In fact, in Amazon Prime, the videos don't look very good. Disabling hardware acceleration does liven things up a little, but it's still visibly inferior compared to the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge. Likewise, with the 90Hz refresh rate, it obviously does not feel as smooth as 120Hz refresh rate on the 11i Hypercharge, but this display does deliver excellent color reproduction with a near perfect contrast ratio. There's a bit of a bluish tint in the default vivid profile, but you can fix it using the color temperature slider. And even though it cannot play HDR videos on Netflix, the contents look pretty good with lively colors and proper sharpness. Its optical fingerprint reader is also pretty easy to reach, quick to unlock the phone, and embeds a heart rate monitor as well. You also get a Dolby Atmos certified stereo speakers, and it can get plenty loud with decent stereo separation and details. But compared to the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge, its soundstage is noticeably narrower and the overall audio quality does not sound as fuller either. That being said, this is not an issue when taking calls and such. But what's possibly best in class in the Realme 9 Pro Plus is the haptics. This is something often overlooked on budget and mid-range phones, but I cannot emphasize enough just how much difference a good vibration motor makes on a smartphone. The 9 Pro employs an X-axis linear motor that gives a short, crisp, and precise feedback, just the way I like it. Okay, let's get to the performance side of things now. Powering the Realme 9 Pro Plus is MediaTek's Dimensity 925G, which is a fairly powerful chip for a mid-range smartphone in 2022. With this, the phone has handled my everyday chores perfectly fine thanks to its effective memory management. We ran our usual app opening and multitasking tests between the Realme 9 Pro Plus and the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge, and both phones performed spectacularly by managing to keep all the apps in memory. Additionally, under normal usage and even during pretty complex benchmark runs, the Realme 9 Pro Plus shows no sign of overheating. Having said that, the phone does get significantly warm when playing some demanding 3D games like Genshin Impact. For instance, under the highest graphics quality with 60 FPS mode turned on, the phone gives a rather choppy 20 to 30 FPS on average. The Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge delivers somewhat similar results too, but since the Realme 9 Pro Plus is a much slimmer phone, it gets warmer after just a couple of minutes into the game, whereas the Hypercharge stays noticeably cooler. When dialing it down to 30 FPS mode, both these phones manage similar gameplay though. On to some relatively less resource-hungry titles. These phones pretty much manage a steady 40 FPS on PUBG under HDR graphics and ultra frame rates. However, for smoother gameplay, I would recommend keeping the settings to smooth graphics and extreme frame rates. It's the same with Call of Duty Mobile too. Moving on, I had a mixed bag experience with a couple of high FPS games that I tried on the Realme 9 Pro Plus. Mech Arena managed around 80 to 90 FPS under Ultra preset, while Otmar was limited to just 60 FPS altogether. To compare, the 11i Hypercharge plays both these games with a smooth 120 FPS. In terms of software, the Realme 9 Pro Plus boots on Realme UI 3.0 based on Android 12. While companies like Xiaomi, Oppo, and even OnePlus are shipping their mid-range phones in 2022 with Android 11, this is certainly something to appreciate. Anyway, if you've already used a Realme phone or an Oppo phone for that matter, this UI should feel right at home. That's not to say that this custom Android skin is perfect. In fact, the bloatware situation here is some of the worst I've ever come across on a smartphone. It ships with a total of 16 bloatware apps on board, which is just too much on a more expensive mid-range phone like this. But more importantly, Realme has not pledged on any long-term update for the Realme 9 Pro Plus either. So maybe they could commit to 2 or 3 generations of Android updates for the number series. Alright, let's now check out its cameras. Realme has been especially hyping up the camera capabilities of the 9 Pro Plus, which is mostly thanks to its flagship-grade 50-megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor with OIS. Compared to the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge, one thing you can notice right away about its camera is just how punchier and more vibrant images look in the daytime. Even HDR processing is much superior on the 9 Pro Plus. Realme does dial down saturation levels when it comes to ultra-wide-angle shots though. The 11i, on the other hand, manages even worse exposure control this time. As for portraits, the 9 Pro Plus has this reddish skin tone with a hint of smoothing, but everything from background separation, highlight control to skin tone is still miles better here. In my impressions video, I had mentioned how I felt like Realme had taken inspiration from Pixel phones for portraits, but unfortunately, the 9 Pro Plus did not hold its ground when comparing it against the Pixel 6. Be it the subject skin tone, subject focus, or background separation, Pixel does it better. So the obvious lesson here is that you should not fall into a company's marketing hypes, and after all, hardware is not everything on the photography front. Getting to the selfie camera, it dials down saturation levels by quite a lot and subjects look a bit soft too. Despite this, the overall photo looks livelier with nice exposure control on the Realme 9 Pro Plus. Likewise, its normal nighttime images are sharper with better details and color science. With night mode turned on, the images are quite sharp on the 9 Pro Plus thanks to the OIS on board. But its post-processing time is a little too slow, taking almost 3 to 4 seconds. As for videos, you can shoot at up to 4K 30 FPS from its rear camera. Although OIS is disabled on the 4K resolution, the Realme 9 Pro Plus still delivers comparatively steadier videos alongside better details and contrast than the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharge. Similarly, both 1080p 30 and 60 FPS footages are much more stable here, among other things. In terms of 1080p 30 FPS selfie videos, Xiaomi has a narrower field of view, but its videos are not as jerky. All in all, if you're looking for a reliable mid-range camera phone, the Realme 9 Pro Plus is certainly one to get. And like the cameras, it has pretty good battery endurance too. On light to medium usage, we were easily getting 2 days worth of battery life here, whereas our PC Mark battery life test shows incredible results for the 9 Pro Plus too. Even under a relatively heavy use case consisting of taking photos and videos, gaming, binging Netflix, and all those things, the phone manages 7 to 8 hours of screen on time, so that's fantastic too. As for charging, Realme claims that its 60-watt charging solution can fill up the Realme 9 Pro Plus from 0 to 100% in 44 minutes, and that was pretty much what I was getting to. The phone does get a bit warm in the first 10 minutes of plugging in, but that's nothing to worry about. All in all, after testing the Realme 9 Pro Plus for more than a month now, what we can say is that this is not your typical value for money phone that prioritizes sheer performance over everything else. Instead, the Realme 9 Pro Plus is more of a well-rounded package that balances design, display, cameras, performance, and battery life to provide a reliable smartphone experience overall. In fact, it one-ups all those pricier Oppo and Vivo phones that skimp on performance in pursuit of an attractive design and somewhat better cameras. At a similar price, the Xiaomi 11i Hypercharged is its biggest competition right now, and it brings a smoother 120Hz refresh rate and 108 megapixel cameras. But as evident from our tests, the Realme 9 Pro Plus has much better cameras and better form factor too. Still in all, the Realme 9 Pro Plus would have been an absolute slam dunk if the company had somehow managed to go with a 120Hz refresh rate screen. So guys, that was all for our full review of the Realme 9 Pro Plus. If you have any further questions regarding this device or any other device, do let us know in the comments below. Till then, I'm Pratima, and I will see you in my next video.